Do you remember Stephen Foster, Reform UK's Cabinet Member for Education, the man who can turn a 5-minute update into an endurance test? Well, 7 Worcestershire County councillors have had enough. They filed a motion of no confidence and they're not holding back. Now, if you've been following this channel, you know Dr. Stephen Foster has, let's call it, a unique style. 6 points of order in one speech. That takes talent. 58 minutes. That's not a council update, that's a hostage situation. And this. His opening speech was literally longer than the previous month's entire meeting. But hey, when you're doing such a fantastic job, why wouldn't everybody want to hear more? Except they don't. In fact, 7 councillors think he's so good at his job that they want him gone. Let's look at why. First, the continuing uncertainty and lack of progress on new school places across Worcestershire, particularly in Worcester City, despite a clear and growing demand. Now, you might remember this video where we covered the school places crisis. Worcester needs places for children from 5,000 new homes. That's roughly 1,000 school places. Foster's plan? Well, it's exactly nothing. No progress, no plan, just vibes, I guess. Secondly, Foster has halted or delayed previously planned education capital projects, including those identified as essential to meeting statutory duties. He literally cancelled a new secondary school in Worcester, citing high costs. But you know what else is costly? Failing to meet your legal obligations to provide school places and busing children across the county to other schools. Thirdly, there's increasing concern among parents, teachers and local communities that children's needs are being neglected through poor leadership, weak planning and failure to act on professional advice. Poor leadership? Well, when you can't even get basic facts right in council meetings, or you provide inaccurate information about your own colleagues, or your explanations are so unclear that even other councillors look confused, yeah, I'd say poor leadership is being generous. And fourth, and this is crucial, education provision isn't optional. It's a statutory responsibility. That means it's the law. Foster isn't failing at a hobby, he's failing at a legal requirement. When you're not meeting your statutory duties, that's not political disagreement. That's not a difference of opinion. That's just failure. But the motion doesn't stop at listing failures. It goes further. It says Foster has demonstrated a lack of understanding, that his actions have undermined confidence, and that he prioritises political posturing over children's futures. I've sat through hours of Foster's council contributions, and I can tell you, the man has a gift. A gift for making urgent crises sound like he's reading the phone book in slow motion backwards. This is what a lack of understanding looks like. When you're so disconnected from the urgency of the situation that you think a near-hour speech is appropriate. And political posturing? When you're racking up points of order like they're loyalty card stamps, that's not leadership. That's performance art. Bad performance art. The motion says families, pupils and head teachers deserve leadership that prioritises children's futures. And do you know what? They're right. They deserve better than this, much better than this. They deserve better than someone who treats education like a bureaucratic inconvenience. They deserve better than cancelled schools and halted projects. They deserve better than Dr. Stephen Foster. I said in my video on the school cancellation that this was performative politics. That was confirmed later that day when the leader of Worcestershire County Council, Reform's Joe Monk, released a video saying that Dr. Foster has a PhD in maths, as if that somehow made him better than others. However, even that was wrong. Dr. Foster's PhD is in operational research using optimisation techniques. So not maths, but things like Industry 4.0 and Lean Six Sigma, which sounds like something a teenager would say before adding skibbity or 6-7. So what happens next? The council meets on the 6th of November. But be prepared for the oldest trick in the council book, the filibuster. Reform's likely strategy is to talk so long about everything else that the vote of no confidence never even gets debated. If you thought Foster's speeches were endless, wait until you see a whole administration try it. But this isn't just about Foster. It's about whether councillors can actually hold leaders to account, or if the Reform administration can just bore everyone into submission. If they block this vote, they're not just protecting Foster, they're protecting themselves from scrutiny. And that's not just bad for schools, it's bad for democracy, and it's bad for Worcestershire. So will Foster face the music, or will Reform run out the clock? Watch the meeting, count the minutes, and see if democracy survives another round of council bingo. If you want to stay informed about what's really happening in Worcestershire politics, you can click on this video here, which will take you to more of our content. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.